Hello, it's Friday, September the 17th. My name's Mike and this is the cover for Let Property News Roundup of the week on a crisp autumnal morning really here in Southend. As you might be able to see, the sun is shining. Hopefully we can keep that going for a little bit of the weekend. Don't know about you, but I can see there's a Union Jack flag flying in the background here in our Westcliff office, actually not Southend. Other office. So the news this week obviously has been dominated by the replacement by Michael Gove of Robert Jenrick as Housing Secretary. Michael Gove, obviously, as we know, is deemed as a government big hitter, which the sector definitely needs to happen. Really, obviously, he was Brexit Minister and also the Dutch New Lancaster. So yeah, lots of scepticism in the market. Obviously the biggest thing for him really is to look at is the housing supply crisis. He has been welcomed by the NRLA, but as I say, there's lots of differing opinions on where that's going to go with his appointment. Property and Tenant Manager, a very interesting article on, point on Twitter about the interest cover ratio, which is another form of rental cover. A really interesting calculator for you to use. I believe this week was also Gas Safety Week, as carried by Landlord Zone, brought to you by founded by the Gas Safety Register. Obviously, the tenants will be in charge of checking that, but as a landlord, nice to know that those things are in hand. Property Wire: How to Navigate Escalating Ground Rents. That's an article from Peter Lewis, looking at the rents having doubled every 10 years. The rate now is higher than inflation. The article does say that 4.5 million households in England and Wales own their own home, and obviously they must pay the annual ground rent. And that on today is having a look at, has been an article about landlords getting less for their money as property sizes have fallen 10% in the last 10 years. Or the average size of property, I should say, has fallen 10%. In 1980 it was 75 square metres, so 40 years ago, sorry. And now it's 67 square metres in 2020, I should say, that was last year. But obviously in that time, prices have skyrocketed. The average price for a property in 1980, it seems bizarre even to have a look at it in this regard, it was 18,377 compared to 247,898 last year. That was a study of 293 cities. So that's another very interesting article to have a look at. Anyway, that is the news this week, and we will see you again next week. Thank you.